I've been watching your videos for such a long time, right? You've got an incredible following online, all those hits on YouTube. How does it feel to be such a huge star? I mean, we're talking about 78 million views you've had, right? That's just on one channel, 78 million. How does it feel?
It feels kind of scary because you have all this pressure on you, but at the same time I feel really overwhelmed, and just like it's a blessing. So I never knew that would happen, so it's a blessing to know that. So
Mashallah. But what's the pressure?
Just like everybody's watching you, what you're doing, this and that. You have to be like this perfect person, but you know, I'm always here to raise awareness, to show people what I go through in my life and what I've been through. So it's always, I'm always confident about it. Just, you know, here and there's some pressure, but I always overcome it, so I'm good.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it, bro. I really am. Okay, let's break down your numbers, right? You said people watching you. Okay, 800,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, because I make a couple of YouTube videos, how do you get 800,000 subscribers?
I don't know. There's a lot of people who have a lot more, probably like 30 million. So, but I don't know. I guess you just gotta just be yourself and just be original and just do you and be confident. That's the main things, I guess.
Because you, mashallah, right? You've got this incredible confidence. Because I watch your videos. You grab your phone. You're just walking around all these Union Square in New York, all over the place, right? Yeah. How do you do it? Do you ever get conscious of people looking at you? I
don't know. My mother says the same thing. She's like, do you ever get embarrassed or shy? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, they're gonna forget about me after like 2 minutes. So that's how I think of it. Like when I mess with people or like hang out with them, I guess they're gonna forget about me. Well, they're probably still gonna remember me, but they're not gonna know. I'm not gonna see them after 40 seconds, so I'll be good.
I love that. I'm not gonna see them again. Who cares what they think? They'll tell me in the comments on YouTube. Okay, so a lot of the videos you make are pranks, right?
Yeah.
Why pranks?
It's not all pranks. I also do like skits or social experiments and vlogs of like daily vlogs. But pranks, I like doing pranks. I love just like messing with people, messing with strangers, and just like giving people a laugh and brightening up their days. And I also do daily vlogs of what I go through in my life, and I like seeing other people smile and spreading smiles and positivity. So I enjoy people enjoying me, watching me, or something like that. Yeah,
that's very cool. Yeah. So you say you daily vlogs, right?
Yeah.
What do you do like when you're not doing anything? What happens when you have a dull day?
I do a lot. I'm always like, even when I have nothing to do, I'm always like, my family, I have about 8 nieces and 7 nephews, and they always come over my house. So it's never a day where I'm like doing nothing. It's always craziness going on in my house, and that's why I always like just film it. Even during Ramadan, I always film during Ramadan. I see my little niece sneaking in the bathroom eating macaroni and cheese, and then she comes out telling me she's fasting, and I'm like, no, you're not fasting. So I vlog all these stuff, and it's pretty interesting seeing what they go through.
How are you finding Ramadan so far?
Ramadan is amazing. It's an amazing time to be with family and just, you know, enjoying the time, eating with them, eating iftari, eating sahur. We call it sahur when you eat in the middle of the night in Arabic. So I know you guys call it sahri sometimes, sahri or sahur.
Well, I think it's a cultural thing. So if you're from South Asia, Pakistan, you might say sahri.
Yeah.
But usually we say sahur as well.
Oh, nice.
Sahur and iftar.
Yeah, it's an amazing time. A lot of people always complain. I've seen, even the other day, I've seen somebody complain because he was getting a lot of food. He was like, why am I getting so much food? He's complaining. And I was looking at him like, then I went up to him. I was like, why are you complaining you have a lot of, why do you complain that you have a lot of food?
I tell you what, you will never, Adam, you will never find me complaining about having a lot of food. Never. Tell me, do you remember your first ever Ramadan?
Yes, I was about 7 years old, and I did the same thing my niece did. I went to the bathroom and I ate macaroni and cheese.
That's a Ramadan confession.
That was a Ramadan confession, yeah. Well, my first real Ramadan is I was around 8, 9 years old. And it was pretty easy then because Ramadan was during the winter time, and I used to like break my fast around 4 or 5. So now I'm getting used to it now. Now it's like a normal thing. Like
it is. I guess you just kind of go into it, don't you?
Yeah.
But like, is there anything you particularly struggle with? Because like, there's a lot of people who, you know, they struggle with the water or the working, or they get stressed out.
Yeah, I struggle with water. Like, I get really thirsty and I just start like swallowing my own spit, saliva.
Do you know Sway, the DJ Sway?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he came to the UK and he loves Nando's. So
I love
Timberland.
Yeah. Oh,
so he cleaned up at Nando's.
Nas, he's the one that got me into Nando's. He eats it like everywhere we go in Malaysia. He looks for Nando's, eats it.
I don't know where he's putting it. He's a thin guy, your manager. I don't know where the Nando's is going. I don't know where it's going.
Africa, he went to Nando's. Everywhere we go, he looks for Nando's and gets it. Like,
how was Malaysia, by the way?
Malaysia was amazing place. Yeah.
It looked like it. And so you're the prankster, but somebody pranked the prankster in Malaysia.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
It was this guy, Nas. This is what happened. Basically, I pranked him in Africa. So in Malaysia, he set up, I was having a meeting, and it was like a lot of people there, and he set up he set up like the fans to fight in front of me, and I thought it was real. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? They're fighting, and I didn't want them. It was kind of weird because they're fighting over me, and I'm like, what was going on? And then he popped up out of nowhere and just said, it's a prank, and I'm like, oh my God. But I was thankful. I was happy that it was a prank.
That's amazing.
So, yeah.
Do you get many marriage proposals? Because like I know you were in East Ham, and you just East Ham's part of the UK. You were there where it was very mobbed. It was just completely full of people.
Yeah.
You were in Marble Arch, and there were just traffic came to a standstill.
Yeah.
Do people just do you've got a lot of female fans?
I mean, I think I'm the one that probably proposed to them. I always like go up to them and be like, would you marry me? So I'm probably the creep.
You have to stop after 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Up to 4. Yeah.
You have to
I'll just get only
4.
one. I only want one.
Oh,
yeah.
mashallah.
Yeah.
Once you have one, then come back to me and we'll compare notes.
I got you.
Right, okay, I want to ask you a little bit about your videos, right? Okay, because you make so many amazing videos, and a lot of them are focused around your identity as a Muslim.
Yeah.
There was a video where you were playing basketball in a jubba,
Yeah,
which was hilarious, right?
Yeah.
You had a faith-based debate in the middle of New York with some Christian people as well,
Yeah.
right? And you get to talk about all these things and explore all these issues.
Yeah.
Do you think YouTube is a good forum to share this beautiful part of our
Yeah.
faith?
Yeah, it's an amazing way to spread Islam, to raise awareness in anything that's going on in the world. And the fact that a lot of people are watching me, which I'm thankful for, I feel like I have a responsibility to always raise awareness to them, to always spread positivity in Islam in a funny way, in a comedic way, so they won't. A lot of people are like, oh my God, Islam, you guys are so serious, you guys so that. It's a good way to spread it in a positive way, in a funny way, and to also show that Islam means peace.
Absolutely, it's beautifully said, because obviously people always have these misconceptions about Islam. You tackle them with your videos. How do non-Muslim respond to your videos?
A lot of non-Muslims love it. They love it. A lot of people are just like, oh my God, like I never knew this goes on in a Muslim guy's family. A lot of them relate to it actually too. So it's pretty cool seeing a lot of people relating to me, and I'm a Muslim.
That's fantastic. I mean, it's great that people relate to what you're saying and everything, right? But I'm sure there's people that don't. There's people that probably there's haters.
Yeah,
okay,
I tend to ignore it here and there, but there's also a lot of people who say really mean stuff and still are very ignorant. Basically, they leave a lot of bad comments.
How do you deal with that?
You got to kill them with kindness. You got to just write them and show them that we're the better people, and you got to write something to them and tell them the real Islam and not what they think it is.
You just be the bigger man.
Yeah, you just gotta be a bigger man.
You just
yeah.
gotta be the bigger
Even
man.
though sometimes it gets me like really angry, just like how ignorant they are, but you still gotta be the bigger man and just kill them with some kindness. So
absolutely,
yeah.
And like I mean, it's a difficult one to balance, right? Because we're talking about Islam, and you're trying to use humor around Islam, which is, I'm going to tell you right now, is a very commendable thing to do. It's a very cool thing to do. It's a very cool way to spread our faith, right?
Yeah.
And I love what you do, honestly.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's people out there that don't appreciate humor being involved with Islam. And I face this as well. I'm a stand-up. I've had people come up to me and, they think it's inappropriate. Yeah. Do you ever have those people?
I have a lot of people. Like I have people making probably like videos, like 30-minute videos, 40-minute videos, and on the movie, the American Sharia movie.
Yeah.
The movie is basically, it's a Muslim movie and it has comedy into it, and it spreads so much positive messages. And there's people out there making videos and just saying these hateful things like you can't be funny with Islam. But thing is, we're not making fun of it. We're making it in a way to making people smile and spreading these positive messages and showing people that we can also have a laugh and show Islam is peaceful and have a laugh at the same time.
Absolutely, and that's mashallah exactly what you're doing. You're spreading laughter. You're spreading a very positive part of our faith. Now it's weird to call you an emerging personality because you're already. Well, let's just say you're more famous than a lot of famous people, right? So, do you ever feel like, because you're working so hard, you're vlogging every day, you're trying to do entertaining stuff, does your work ever compromise with your faith? As a Muslim, do you ever feel like you're as a Muslim, I find it difficult to do this, or I have to do this thing, but my Muslim identity doesn't necessarily agree with it?
Not really, because I've always been like that before. Well, before I was actually more violent. Like I used to be like really violent, but then but I still had my faith in Islam and everything. But I was just going through a lot of racism at the time. But then when I started YouTube, it actually got me more into Islam, and it made me to a more peaceful guy, and it made me react differently, which, as I told you, kill them with kindness. Before, I would have probably started like going crazy, looking for them, popping up in their home or something like that. But now it's like I kill them with kindness, because when you do that, it just shows them that you're the better person. And whatever I do with videoing or anything is just basically me. I don't always look at it, oh man, I gotta do this because I'm Muslim or anything like that. You know, I'm still 22 years old, and people know, everybody, nobody's
22.
not perfect. Yeah, I'm getting old.
You're just 22.
Yeah,
You're 22 and you've got 78 million views on your YouTube page.
Nah,
I'm sorry, I keep fixating on that, but it's 78 million views.
It's me watching it like on and on.
How many times can you do it, man? It's extraordinary. It's really, really good. Okay, Adam Saleh, you do prank videos all the time. Tell me, what's your favorite Ramadan prank?
My favorite Ramadan prank is the one that I did on my friend Sheikh. So he was sleeping, and he was telling me like about the day before. He was telling me the whole time, Adam, please wake me up for suhoor. Please wake me up for suhoor. So I was like, I got you. Don't want to wake you up. And usually I always stay up until suhoor. So I stayed up, and then I put a azan, making it seem like that Fajr adhan like already came on, and he can't eat anymore. So I woke him up. I'm like, yo, I've been waking up the whole time. You can't eat anymore. You can't eat anymore. So he started going crazy and got so loud. I was sleeping over his house, so then his grandma ended up coming in, his mom ended up coming like, what's going on? And then they ended up telling him like, come on, let's go eat. And he was like, Adam, what do you mean? Didn't you say it's Fajr adhan? And then I was like, oh man, I just got caught in the moment. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
How long did you have him going for?
It was about like 5-6 minutes, not that long, but he was getting really, really angry.
So for 5-6 minutes, this guy, and I assume he likes his food.
He loves his food. He really loves his food.
That's extraordinary. And so you had this guy thinking he's not going to be able to eat anything at all for the next 12, 13, 14 hours.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's a superb prank. He didn't get to eat afterwards, yeah?
He did. He ate a lot.
That's fine. Then it's okay. Now, I mentioned I watch loads of your videos, right? My favorite one, without a shadow of a doubt, is when you're speaking in British slang in New York. It's just it's ridiculously funny because you've got this thick American accent. Nobody can miss it when they speak to you. Where does the British slang come from?
I don't know. I seen like there's a lot of people from UK who always like tweet me in this slang, and I decided just to bring it on in New York. And the other day, actually, here in the UK, I went to someone, and like he bumped into me, and I was like, hey, what happened? Like, what's going on? And then he got really angry and started telling me this. He was like, chat to me, yeah? Chat to me, yeah? He started clapping it, and I couldn't take him serious. I couldn't take him serious because his accent was so cool.
I like
And
that.
then when he was trying to get serious, I'm like, yo, like, I started arguing with him. I'm like, what happened? He was like, yeah, come chat to me, yeah? Come chat to me, yeah? And I'm like, is this guy serious?
I love it. Our gangsters are high pitched in London.
Yeah, they're really cool.
That's how we roll here, man. That's really cool because I was watching a video. You're like, allow it, man, allow it. You're just going up to random American people.
Yeah.
And like, is there anything the camera didn't catch? How did people respond to it?
A lot of people were just like, what are you saying? And some people take it the wrong way. Like, you guys have slang that if you say it there, it means something else. Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. We won't go there. That's okay. Okay, what do you think of the UK? Do you like it here?
I love the UK. It's amazing. It's like literally like my second home. So.